Hi everyone, I'm Theo, and this is the GLOAM from Joyo. The GLOAM is an octave fuzz pedal. You've got a fuzz circuit, a clean blend, and an octave down circuit, all in parallel. It is based on the MXR sub-octave bass fuzz, which is also a really cool pedal. So just in the interest of full disclosure here, Joyo got in contact with me and asked me whether I wanted to do a video on the GLOAM, and they sent me one for free. Now, I'm not one to turn down free pedals, no problem doing a video. The impressions or the conclusions I come to in this video are mine. They didn't ask me to say anything specific about the pedal, and I'm not being paid to do this video, but I did get a free pedal. So I just wanted you to know that. If you're enjoying this video, then drop me a like, remember to subscribe, and hang around to the end of the video where I'm going to be showing you the frequency responses of the pedal, running some pink noise through it. There's lots of knobs and a few switches and 2-foot switches, so I'll just break it down into how it actually works. As I mentioned, the 3 signal paths are in parallel. So the first thing is you have a fuzz. It is, in my opinion, based on the Univox Superfuzz / Boss FZ2 Hyperfuzz. I can tell because it's got a switch to go between mid-forward and mid-scooped, and it's got the low and high EQ as you get on the Hyperfuzz. And also, it sounds just like it. I've got a Boss Hyperfuzz somewhere. Yeah, it sounds just like it. And for that, you've got a volume control for the fuzz signal, and you've got a gain control as well. In parallel to that, you have a clean volume. This dry knob controls the volume of your clean signal, which works like a blend. You've got tons of volume on tap there, so you could use it even like a clean boost. Now, what's really interesting here is you've also got a dry tone knob and a switch as well. Now, the way the dry tone knob works is it's a mid boost, effectively. As you boost the dry tone control, you get a peak in the mid range that can help you cut through. The switch controls where this peak is. Now, I've noticed that there's a slight roll off of high end with this dry tone control, which means it just stops some of that top end of your clean signal interfering with the fuzz circuit. And finally, your third parallel signal path is an octave down. Now, just like with the MXR, I actually find this to be one of the best tracking octave down circuits. It's not synthy like the OC2, and to be honest, I don't know whether it's analog or digital, but I just generally find it to be a really good job. So you can have a nice clean octave down underneath your fuzz circuit and your dry signal. The octave itself is foot switchable. So you can have the fuzz going on and turn the octave down on or off. I'm running pink noise through the GLOAM to chart its frequency response in span. Let's have a look at that clean blend first. Now, the dry knob controls the volume of the dry signal, and the dry tone controls the mid-range presence of that dry signal. So you can effectively use it as a mid-boost knob with the switch on the side by it, changing the position of that mid-boost. So we see maximum mid-boost there. The fuzz and octave circuits are all turned down here, so it's just the clean blend we're looking at. See that when you put the switch down, that mid-boost becomes more of a high mid-treble boost. It's close to the middle in the up position. So you see, usually about at the sort of first third of the turn is where the most impact with that boost happens. You can see with that mid-boost knob all the way down, the tone knob for the dry signal, there's no impact with the switch. Lots of volume on tap on that clean blend, so you can indeed use it as just a clean boost if you wanted. But it's not entirely flat. There is some high-end roll-off there, which I personally think is a good thing, as I don't want the highs to interfere too much with the fuzz signal. Turning the octave on now, so the dry fuzz are all turned down and effectively off. You can see how much low end that octave down adds to the signal. We're now bringing in the fuzz signal. Currently the EQ is at minimum, so let's have a look what that EQ does there. Bringing the bass and treble up to their 12 o'clock points. Now with this sort of fuzz mod switch, that is the mid-forward hyper fuzz, super fuzz sound. Switching the switch down will give you your classic super fuzz mid-scoop setting. Boosting the bass frequencies down. See that peak there? That's probably around 140 hertz. And cutting, that's, I don't know, 120, around the 100k. In all honesty, for bass, I would prefer that frequency response to be lower. Put it around the 60 to 80. That's just my preference, though. Bringing up the treble, you can see definitely a increase in the 1K above area. It's a little lower than that, actually. No, I'd say still about the 1K. So that 1 kilohertz scoop is really the big mid-scoop super fuzz sound. It's characteristic of a super fuzz or the Boss hyper fuzz of having that 1 kilohertz scoop. Now the good thing about the GLOAM and the MXR sub-octave fuzz is that, of course, you've got the clean blend, which is something that most super fuzz clones don't have. So it does let you fill out those low lows better, and of course allows you to fill in those mids. Bringing the gain down, we're just seeing if there's much of a difference in terms of its frequency response. Honestly, not seeing much. Bringing in that clean signal now. So the octave switches on, but the octave is actually turned down, so it's not in effect here. Just playing around now with sort of balancing the frequency response out using the clean blend and the fuzz. There we go. Now we're adding that sub octave. Just like the MXR, I think it's great. I love that Univox / Boss Hyper Fuzz sound. I find the octave down to be one of the best tracking I've ever played outside of something like a POG. The addition of the clean blend to the fuzz circuit for me is great. I don't find too many widely available super fuzz / hyper fuzz clones that have a clean blend. And the fact that you've got that additional tweakability on the tone of the clean is really great. If I had one problem with this pedal, it's that the way the bypass works is that when you hit it down, it doesn't automatically switch in. There's a slight delay between you pressing the pedal and it coming on. Now, if you're someone who's going to just keep the pedal on because you favour a very distorted tone, or you're going to have it in like a bypass loop, it's not so much of an issue, but I would say that it's something you should consider before getting this pedal. Overall though, killer pedal at a killer price. I'm really enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to use it a fair bit. Thanks to Joyo for sending this to me, but what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. If you're on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, theoandhispedals. Anyway, have yourself a great week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.